this is our last part of the June 2025 predictions. We're going to look at mind, body, spirit, or kind of like your mental well-being, your physical well-being, your spiritual well-being. So let's dive in. Thank you, Spirit. What does this collective need to know about their mental well-being for June 2025? What does this collective need to know about their mental well-being for June 2025? I love this card. Okay. I am definitely getting that taking time for stillness and quiet is very important for you, okay? I see the Nine of Cups. So I do feel like you have the opportunity to really get into a very positive mental space, but I do think that this is about you taking care of this, because I do see the Four of Crystals coming out crossed as well. So it's not going to just magically happen that you are in this like beautiful mental space. This is a deliberate choice that you're getting there, especially with the Eight of Stars. It's like you're very deliberately choosing to put yourself into this very beautiful mental space, but you have the ability to do this. So sometimes this is by rest. Maybe look up the various types of rest. There's multiple types of rest. I've done a reading about the multiple types of rest on TikTok once before. You can try to find it. But I just feel like there's something about making sure that you're resting in all the different areas. There's like physical rest, spiritual rest, creative rest, etc. But when you are deliberately doing that, and I do think meditation is actually a very big part of this. Meditation can be so many different ways. It doesn't just mean like the traditional way that you might be thinking of. You can do meditation by just like going on a walk and like noticing things. That can be a meditation. You can do a meditation by doing a craft and just like focusing in on the craft. You could do meditation while you're doing your dishes. Like you can do a guided meditation. There's so many different things that you can do, but I'm just getting that meditation is part of your mental well-being to have the best mental well-being in the month of June, okay? But I really do see you being very much at peace. And let's see what else this is about here. Okay, so I do see also the Tower on the bottom of the deck. I had the Tower, the Nine of Wands, the Judgment card, and the Three of Cups. Okay, before you start freaking out about the Tower, because I already know what comments are going to be coming, the Tower is actually very helpful sometimes. When the Tower is covering the Nine of Wands, what this is telling me is that actually you are having some things that have been blocking you being broken down. We need that. This is a good freaking Tower. Something that has not been working for you, right? We talked about this in the beginning of the June overall reading. The Ten of Wands and the Five of Wands, I was saying that there's something that you've been just like going against the grain on, like fighting for, and it's not working. And it's like, it's frustrating. And sometimes an obstacle is there because it's not for you. And I feel like you're finally deciding, Judgment card, that like, okay, there's a reason this hasn't been working out. And if I just let this go, Tower literally just fell on the floor. If I let this go, Judgment card, I'm going to be so much freaking happier. Three of Cups. And I will have so much more space in my life. We saw the Four of Wands before, to celebrate, to have fun, to have joy. It's like finally ending a cycle with the World card and moving on to something else. Three of Wands, that is actually so much more for you. Six of Cups here. Okay, so if you've been stressing about something just not working, like we talked about in the overall June reading, part 1 of the playlist, if that has been happening, it's like you are really being encouraged, invited, welcomed to just let that go. Stop. If something is that hard, it's not saying just like quit, but maybe there's a reason it's hard, because maybe that thing, it just isn't for you. Feel free. You should be able to feel free. Walk along your journey without carrying all this freaking heaviness. That's a lot for your mental well-being. Okay, let's take a look at your physical well-being. Your physical well-being. Thank you, Spirit. Physical well-being for the month of June 2025. What does this collective need to know for physical well-being? for the month of June 2025. If you like these like really in-depth readings, I do offer something called the Everything reading for personal readings at my stan.store, stan.store/IntuitivelyBeth. I'll put that, it's always in the description of my videos. And I go into all these different areas of your life, and you can ask for it to be for like a specific time period, like maybe for the whole year or just for that month, or just what Spirit's trying to tell you, no matter, regardless of time. So if you do like these really in-depth readings, or if you like having more of like a specific topic, that's also available at my Stan store. Happy to work with you on what makes sense for you. Okay, but looking at physical well-being, we have the Temperance card. Okay, so this is a reminder of moderation. Knight of Wands. Moderation. Yeah. We talked about this before, honestly, regarding in the very first part and in the friendship part too, friends and family section, moderation, okay? Temperance card is telling me that there's going to be times where you want to go do all the fun things, and there's going to be times where you have to rest, okay? I do see the Knight of Wands. It came out kind of like a little bit crossed, so to me it's like, you might burn yourself out, so you don't have to burn yourself out though. Moderation, that's part of the Two of Stars. Go have fun. Physical well-being is also, I think, like being around the right energies. I actually do think that traveling is part of this for you. Again, it could be just local adventures. It doesn't have to be, sometimes when we talk about travel, we immediately think like, oh, we're like getting on a plane or something like that. It doesn't have to be that big. It can just be local adventures, even in your own city, going to spots that you are not familiar with, or just like, yeah, just kind of getting out of your routine a little bit. I feel like that's going to be good for you. I also see that if you've been struggling with something, I feel like physically, if you've had some physical health thing, I feel like that is, it seems like it's getting better. Okay. Cause I'm seeing the Nine of Stars as well as the Wheel of Fortune. It seems like you're moving more towards like this, like a new chapter. Okay, Flower of Life is here on the bottom of the deck. Six of Cups is also here again. It's making, and I just saw 2. Did I say too many twos? There were 4 twos on the timer. And so I think that it's just, yeah, this is a blessing for you. This is on the right path. So if you have been feeling burned out, I do feel like you have you have more energy. Don't overdo it. Everything in moderation, but I just feel like your things are getting better in this area of your life and physical health. Okay, so I like that for you. Yeah, it seems like you're on the right path, but also a reminder about the food download that I had in part 1. So make sure you're thinking about that as you're out and about and just, yeah, ingesting ingredients. Okay, and lastly, let's look at your spiritual well-being for June 2025. Thank you, Spirit. What does my collective need to know about spirit, spirituality, spiritual well-being for June 2025? What does the collective need to know for spiritual well-being in June 2025? They're reminding me about the intuitive downloads and making space for that. Yeah. When you feel like you need some spiritual rest, and there's going to be times where you're not alone enough, and that is, yeah. Okay. All right. They're really screaming this with showing me all this combination of cards. Okay. So the first card that came out was the Star card. I'm going to come back to that in a second. We have the Hermit in reverse. Then we have the Seven of Crystals. Then we have the Three of Cups. What I'm getting from this is that when you feel disconnected from spirit, you're not disconnected from spirit. You're overly connected to everyone else's energy. You need some times where you are by yourself and releasing all the energy that you've been taking in from other people. Okay, the Star card. So using water could also be helpful. Maybe this is literally like after you're at a very social event, like making sure that you're taking time to literally especially I'm getting really washing off your crown chakra, really clearing that out. And honestly, even doing things I like to do this where I cross an arm over. I'll show you how to do this. Okay, so you take your right hand, left shoulder, cross it over, left hand, right shoulder cross, right hand, left shoulder cross. It's uneven, and you always start with your right hand on the left. Okay, so it's uneven. Just trust me, that's how you do it. And then you do right hand on your left shoulder, go down your arm, left on the right arm, right on the left arm, and then you're going to open up your right palm and imagine that there's a bunch of cords in there, and you're gonna like pull them with your left hand, and now you're holding them in your left hand, and now you're gonna karate chop them 3 times with your right hand. 1, 2, 3. We cut the cords, and now we're gonna throw them away. Okay, and that is a way to just like release energy that isn't yours. You can also say something as simple as like, I release any energy that is not mine. I release any energy that does not belong to me. I release any energy that is not here in my highest good. That can even be your own energy. Okay, so doing things like that, especially before you go to sleep, at the end of the day, once you get back in your car after you've been socializing, cleanse. Okay, maybe you have a bottle of moon water that you can just take a sip of to just like, and ask it to like help cleanse you and only carry your own energy. I'm just getting that like when you're feeling confused spiritually or disconnected from spirit, it's because you're carrying the energy of others too much, and you got to release that to reconnect to you, and then you'll be like, that's me. Okay, now I'm back with spirit. Thank you. And again, you have to have that balance between your social interactions and your time by yourself. So hopefully that helps, and let me know how your June goes. Let me know which of these parts really resonated with you, if there's certain aspects that you really like hearing about. And I will see you every Sunday for our week ahead reading each week of the month as well. So I'll see you again really soon.